Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly vid. Today, it's kind of a low VIX day, just not much going on. The VIX is starting to race up a little bit, right? So it's going to give us some help. You're going to see on the weekly VIX, having some problems coming back the other way. We don't have a higher high to really draw off of in here. Something like this for now. But, so a little bit of volatility, coming into tomorrow with the Fed. We go in here, you're going to have the Fed coming out, federal funds rate, economic projections, and the statements tomorrow afternoon. So we'll want to know about that. That tells us to be looking at the financials, of which into the news event, we saw some regional banks inside day down, bringing them in, still coming off the 2-2 week up in here. You can see walking their way back into this scenario 3 on the week. So potentially that news is really bad tomorrow. We'll see. Not really anywhere near firming that back up. Still an inside month. If we get a financial XLF, still bring them back in off the 3-2-2s in here, as you can see. And they had those 1-2-2 rev strats from the nightly vid Thursday. So they brought down to the lows, some short-term exhaustion there. So not too much, we'll see some things like maybe Citigroup's a little stronger and softer rev strat. If not, it's weekly pivot machine gun. Maybe some hammers in Bank of America in here if they're going to try and firm things up. And outside of that, most things are just going to look like those financials just kind of grinding lower. So we'll see what sets up tomorrow intraday. Outside of that, we have the energies number coming out hour after the open tomorrow. You got some big old ranges. So you can see energies slight hammer day, which we could, start trying to draw this out if they're going to try and firm things back up in there, like so. But we're not taking out these guys yet, which is the much bigger try. So we have the sub try, which I just showed you. The bigger try comes off that weekly. You can see the slight higher highs in here, slight lower lows in here. So if you want it to look pretty, it looks something like that. So short-term exhaustion, but 2-2 month and down. If this hammers up, it could take that out of the force. You know, XOP. You see also slight hammer on the day. All right, still an inside week and down. That's a problem. It's still closer to a 3-2 month down, but they're still inside month presently. An OIH, maybe slight hammer counter shooter, right? With the energy numbers, this is still much closer to 2 down month. If we go to the crude oils, this is crude oil futures, US oil. Maybe a rev strat 1-2-2 day tomorrow. Still, chopping them up here. They could get out of that if they take this stuff out. They got about $3 to try and do that. Of which, you see, well, if that were to play out, we'd get about $1.50, $1.60, which would get us a little closer, but still. Just has a little bit of a mess we're trying to get out of there. So not too much, really go crazy about, but we'll be watching the energy number. We're going to be waiting for that Fed number. And then as far as the Strat attack's concerned, all the quantum computing stuff here. QUBT Monday, Tuesday. How do you get in on that? Well, right in the open here is this is where you could create the winning position. Bang, 20% in one go. Right? And then if you miss that, we're waiting for it to firm up in here. There was 115 which did not work. But for the 30-60 guys, right here, here's your double inside 30. So notice they go inside down, 2 down, 1, 1. Is that a hammer? Yep. Inside and up, create a winning position. Right, some slight triangle out in here, and then jams the highs again. You go to the 60s, 2 up, 2 down, inside bar right here, 1543, jams the highs again. And if you're an observation list trader, once we've kind of figured out what's going on, we posted the observation list and we had some stars next to these guys, but specifically QBT was on that. There's also this RGTI. You'll see this, the 1-2 down hammer rev strat above 909 just reconfirms in here. And you can see that's a nice one, 23% there. On the 30s, you'll see the inside 30 here and here to get in there, and some rev strat into the close. So you can see the 15, the 1, 3, 1, 2, and they're gunning. But, Monday, Tuesday, they want the quantums. And that's going to be also QBTS. Wasn't quite as strong, but is in there nonetheless. You'll see the 1-2-2 rev strat 2-2-1 at the close. So you'll have an inside 4 hour. But definitely that sector is where we're seeing it, at least this week. Just overall, in the gappers, we'll have Tiva, which is another example of the rev strat. Very powerful. Here it is, the 1-2-2 rev strat 30. Up they go. And outside of that, we got like Pfizer being added to the gap list. It is still an inside month, so they might fade it, but we'll see. On the signal list here, Hershey's. You have the momentum shooter day And they did have that big crazy spike off of Strat with this inside day Friday. Spikes it up. Could get out of that mother bar if we can take these guys out. So momentum shooter below that. And if you don't want to play momentum, that's fine, right? Still can wait for that T2 weekend down. We got some triangle there, potentially coming back through after jamming a lot of shorts. Keurig Dr. Pepper and the staples as well. Momo shoot. Still an inside week, so you gotta be careful of that. We got some pivot machine gun with the staples. Momo shoot, bottom of their trine here. Bright red month still. If we go to inside days, we're gonna have a lot more of those. So ABGO, inside day from the gappers, right? Is that gonna confirm or negate? If we go to crowd, inside day, right? Is that gonna confirm or negate? It's inside week and up right now. So if they poke down in rev strat, we'd have that in force. If they stay down, they could negate that and start coming back in here. Reddit. See inside day, still inside week, 2 up on the month. So we prefer it higher. They might get some triangle out first, take out some of these guys first, then we'll see what they want to do. If we go to MongoDB, inside day, this is also from the gap list. Notice the 2, 1, 2 measured move, bang. Another inside bar. They are outside month already, but currently 3, 2 down on the week, which could get worse below this. 263.10. Carvana, also going to be an inside day. It's currently 2 down, 2 up week, not in force, but that inside day could either confirm that or negate it. It is still an inside month presently. And then we got some movers in here, AOUT. And you see it's just like the QUBT at the end of the day, 1, 3, 1 on the daily. So above this, 15.25, you got full time frame continuity, the 1, 3, 1, 2. If you go to AUR, also some mover in here, 3, 3 momentum hammer above that, 8.07. You got the inside month and up and a rev strat week in force. So you got a lot of signals going on in there. If we can break that and stay out. And then Walmart, the staples slash consumer discretionary, mostly the staples though. You got a inside day hammer, so if things are firm tomorrow, or we see any rotation if news is not that good, this could trigger the inside week and up. It is still full time from continuity on the month. Outside of that, I don't got much to talk to you guys about. We'll have these on the gappers to see what we got going into I guess tomorrow, if we're going to confirm and negate some of these gap stuff. When looking at the tech, it's kind of just semis stuck inside month still. Doji week, not much going on. XLK, Doji week did poke up slightly, but Doji day, not too much going on. So going to be more to that news, sticking on things that are long red and green bars, sticking on more of the gappers and stuff. That's where we've been seeing more movement with the SPY and Qs Qs a little better, but SPY kind of chopping them up. And the last thing, Qs will have the inside day. So tomorrow, with everything, will that confirm or negate is the question. And outside of that, don't got too much to tell you guys about. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning if you're in stat. And if not, we may have a nightly vid tomorrow. We may not. We'll have to see.